Hi everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I'm Manvi and welcome to Passionate People. Okay, so today something interesting happened. I was sitting outside with my laptop, just working on a few things, and a friendly stranger walked up to me and we just started chatting generally. And she asked me if what I was building was something like Behance. And I thought, okay, I might actually get this question in the future sometime as well. So let me just address it today on the podcast here. Yes. So Conscious Club might feel like a mix of all the platforms like Behance, Substack, Spotify, all coming together. Of course, with no offense to any of the platforms I mentioned above, I absolutely love them all and use them myself. And each of these platforms is individually great and amazing within itself. And that's why we all love them, right? However, the gap is that there is no one layer above them connecting them all together. And that is a totally structural observation. And to that, I'd just like to say that I'm building a home for every creative across every medium, and that's probably the simplest way I can put it. This also brings me to something bigger, something a lot of experts and industry leaders are talking about today, and that is the fragmentation problem. So, if you're a musician, you're obviously on Spotify and SoundCloud. If you're a visual artist, you're on Behance and Dribble. If you're a dancer or a video creator, you'd like to be on, platforms like TikTok and Instagram. And if you're a writer, you'd be on Substack or Medium. So the entire creative world is fragmented by design, which is obviously good in a way, but then also all these platforms box creators into different categories. So we have video creators in one place, artists in another place, we have musicians somewhere else, and obviously writers elsewhere. And every discipline has its own silo or silo. I'm not sure how do you pronounce that word. And yeah, so every discipline also has its own algorithm, its own rules. And the thing is that none of these multiple platforms talk to each other. They are so disconnected with each other. Also, each of these platforms optimize on a different metric. Like they have likes, views, some of them have streams and reads. And somewhere in that separation, creativity gets completely divided. So the question I'm trying to pose here is, why should creativity be boxed at all? I mean, don't great ideas come from blending different disciplines like design and storytelling and, the community participations and the entire digital expression in a way? And what fragmentation does is only create friction. It only creates friction. And for example, for let's just say for creators, it's almost like they're adapting their expression to fit into different formats instead of letting their creativity flow naturally. It's like they have to maintain multiple versions of themselves, and honestly that could be so exhausting. It also limits collaboration because then you have to go across looking different platforms without literally any real system connecting you, and everything is just feels so disintegrated. Now, let's look at it from another perspective. Let's look at it from the brand's perspective. Because this fragmentation doesn't just affect creators, it obviously creates huge inefficiencies for brands and marketers too. For example, if brands want to run a campaign, they have to manage creators across multiple platforms and then deal with their multiple different formats and track performance across the completely disconnected and disintegrated systems. There's obviously no single unified insight. And so the campaign measurement becomes completely inconsistent, which obviously leads to ROIs being difficult and harder to track. Yes, brands also end up working with a lot more creators, but then getting less depth, which is what the entire talk of the town has been about lately. They have more reach, but weaker connections. And this is the irony that the creator economy is growing, the budgets are increasing, but the infrastructure hasn't caught up. And both sides feel it. Creators feel scattered, so exhausted, so creatively fatigued, and brands feel disconnected. And of course, somewhere between all this, so-called chaos and conundrum and pandemonium, we are losing depth in the process. We are losing the culture. This is the gap where ConsciousClubb fits in. It's a multidisciplinary creator platform designed to bring creativity and genuine expression back into a world drowning in content. It's a space completely focused on creativity and authentic expression. A space for creatives across all mediums to come together, connect, create, and grow. I've left the link for the website in the bio. It's live and completely free for creators to join. And while we are building and rolling out some really exciting things for our creative community in the background, I would love to welcome you all and come and be a part of it. I would now like to end with a Rumi quote that says, "Let the beauty of what you love be what you do." And I so agree with it. I love this one. So, thank you so much for staying with me until the end. I hope you all have a nice day, and I hope to see you all in the next one.